This is the GPOddCast on 88.7 CFUR. I got Nolan Allen.
Yo.
I got Devin Kavanaugh.
What's up?
I got Justin, aka Flash Jdrive.
That's my name.
And today we're going to get into a little bit of the video games that we picked up recently because I just picked up a PlayStation 2.
It's about time.
I'm so proud. I used to have one back in the day, but I swear I burnt it out. I played it too much.
You were too busy playing Dreamcast.
It was the PlayStation 2 Slim, so I don't think it had the fan on it, and I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas until it couldn't play it anymore, and now it won't render the graphics, so I don't have my old PlayStation 2 anymore. But this new PlayStation, which is used, it has some power left in it still.
You got it from GameQuest?
Yeah, GameQuest. It was $45, and it came with $5 worth of games.
Shout out to local business GameQuest.
Heck yeah.
Across the street from Costco.
Get
This episode is not sponsored by GameQuest.
But go
Or
there
any
anyway. I go to GameQuest all the time.
Oh, man, I love that store. You can get so many cool things there.
There was a Dreamcast
Sega Dreamcast.
there for sale. It was $65. I was thinking about, but the games weren't as abundant. The PlayStation 2 has games for days, which is the biggest factor in why
Did they have Unreal Tournament for Dreamcast?
I don't know. There was only like 2 or 3 Dreamcasts.
That and Mortal Kombat Gold. It's the only Mortal Kombat that I'm good at.
Mortal Kombat was so good on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Probably not as good in comparison to like the newer titles that have come out, like X and are they on 11?
What was the competing ports of at the time? Was it like 4?
It was Mortal Kombat Gold.
Mortal Kombat Gold on but what was the other systems? Did they also have Mortal Kombat Gold? I don't remember hearing.
I don't
about
think
this.
they did. I think it was exclusive to Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But would it be like Would it be like Mortal Kombat 4?
I think it was like Mortal Kombat Destruction or Devastation.
Sub-Zero.
It was the one with like the Dragon King, and it had like this weird narrative where you're playing as this like shapeshifter, and it was a genius mechanic for a story mode because you play as a shapeshifter and you come across different fighters, so the real characters in Mortal Kombat, and he shapeshifts into the person, so you basically become a clone of the fighter. So then you play as every character while you do the storyline, but you're your own hero.
Mortal Kombat Gold was released exclusively for the Dreamcast as a launch title. It was released September 9th, 1999, so 9/9/99.
Nice.
Cool.
I love when people do cool dates like that.
Yeah, it's pretty rare and kind of hard. Just like, okay, we're just going to hold out our content until 2006.
When was the next
And
game?
Garrett, I was just going to say you're right. It was an updated version of Mortal Kombat 4.
Okay, I thought it would be something around that time zone because thinking the Dreamcast didn't come out, it was around the PlayStation 1 time.
Just before PS2. I'm pretty sure.
And then PS2 had the Xbox to compete with, right? And that's what kind of killed the Sega console system. That was the last one, the last hurrah. I would not mind getting that, but
Might have been the nail in the coffin, but it's like releasing everything for the Genesis, all the attachments, and then abandoning everything.
Oh, jeez.
yeah. Well, some say that the people that were producing it just went on to produce the Xbox anyway, so the Xbox would be like its predecessor if you want to look at it that way, but that's just kind of optional.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the games that I got for it. I got Gran Turismo 3, and that's one that my sister played a lot as well, so she's been coming over and playing some Gran Turismo. We're doing some races. A lot of nostalgia going on. The soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know, Snoop Dogg did like an original Gran Turismo 3 song for that. That's so cool.
Is it like the title card song or something like that?
No, it's just one of the songs in the soundtrack that you could race to. We put it on, so it's one of the 4 songs that plays now.
I actually remember Josh playing Gran Turismo 2, and he'd always try to push the limits of the engine. You can't actually flip a car in Gran Turismo. He tried Gran Turismo 2. It goes like this, and then it
Yeah, it'll go like sideways, like on two wheels, and always flip back over. And sometimes it would like kind of yo-yo. It would go like flip over to the other side, then go back and flip again, and then just spin out.
Yeah, I have Gran Turismo 2. I just picked that up from Valley Village. It was only $4. I was super stoked, and I've actually been playing that as well, and it is hard.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the trick.
It is hard.
Start with the PT Cruiser and just soup it up all the way.
That's what Josh did, yeah.
It worked, and then you just save money till you can get a Dodge Viper, and you're good. That's all you got to do.
Do you prefer sim racing games compared to arcade racing games, Garrett?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, because I'm playing by myself most of the time. If I were to play with my friends, we'd put it on arcade mode, but that's actually fairly rare. The Gran Turismo 2 had a separate disc for arcade mode. I haven't even tried that out.
Oh, crazy.
Yet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess it was too big for the CD, so when it went, Gran Turismo 3 is actually a huge improvement to Gran Turismo 2, but I guess system upgrade. What can you do?
Mm-hmm.
I also got Vice City, of course. You can't go wrong. It was only $3 for sale at Game
you
Quest.
are obsessed with GTA.
I love it. I think this game, along with The Simpsons, taught me everything I needed to know. I don't think...
Have you played The Simpsons Hit and Run?
I have played The Simpsons Hit and Run. That's on my bucket list. I want to get it again. I don't think I actually owned it. I played someone else's. I want to get my own copy now.
I remember playing that at the arcade at the airport. They were, I think, the only place in town that had it. So whenever we were going for a flight, we'd go to the arcade machine and play Simpsons Hit and Run there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think I played it on someone's Xbox, but I would like to get it on
Are
there.
you sure you're not confusing it with Simpsons Road Rage?
Oh, they're different games?
Yeah, Hit and Run's like the Grand Theft Auto clone.
Oh.
Road Rage is Road Rage.
Yeah, it's like, okay. It's like Ninja Turtles, Road Rage.
Yeah.
Where you side scroll and you kill the townspeople.
No, Road Rage is a racing game. It's like it looks like F-Zero kind of.
Oh, you're just talking about like the Simpsons arcade game.
Yeah.
Where the beat 'em up.
The beat 'em up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a side scroller. Yeah, and it's just like Ninja Turtles or like Double Dragon.
Oh, we're talking about a PS2 game.
Whoa.
We're way off.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
That's awesome, though. I think in that
All good
arcade...
Simpsons games though.
All good. Yeah.
Not affiliated.
Speaking of other Simpson games, the only other one I've actually played is Bart Simpson's Nightmare. That one was a really tough game. I couldn't get very far. And
What system was it on?
the Super Nintendo and the NES, and I had it in the NES, but my friend had a copy of it on the Super Nintendo. I guess it must have been a later game. They ported it.
I own that game and I never beat it.
It's hard.
I think I beat 3 of the levels. I think.
I don't think I got you only have 3 lives. There's no save feature, nothing. It's an arcade game, and there's no quarter button. If there was a quarter button, I would be nice and happy.
Well, now you can just use emulators and save states, but that's cheating.
Oh,
That's cheating. I
it
get
is
it.
cheating, but it's fun. I love
Yeah.
being able to just get an emulator and download any ROM and just
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Some emulator stuff on my iMac, but my iMac, there's not very many ROMs for the Mac as compared to everything else.
Yeah, you gotta basically on your Mac, you gotta get an emulator for Windows, so then you can download an emulator to run on your Windows emulator.
That's genius.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
glad to do that. I remember I did it the other way around when I had a laptop. I downloaded an old Mac emulator just so I could boot up Oregon Trail.
Oh God.
Oh man, man, do you guys
You've
remember
died of
in
dysentery.
school- You died, yes. So in elementary school, there was Oregon Trail, and then there was a 3D game where you played a raptor with a jetpack, and you had to go
Nanosaur.
Nanosaur.
Yeah.
What was up with that game? It was insane.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't bring up Spectre. It was like Battlezone, but better.
Oh yeah, with the different tank types.
You guys got some
Yeah.
cool games at your house. We had these learning games on our Macs. We had to cross country Canada. We got to okay.
Dinosaur Tycoon's another one that stands out for me. It was like,
Just
Zoo
Jurassic
Tycoon,
Park.
but with Jurassic Park. So you had to buy eggs, and they were really expensive. And then you basically put your T-Rex egg in a pen, But if it wasn't like the high security walls, it would break out and just eat all your guests. And
I'm pretty sure it's Dinosaur Tycoon that they released in Super CD. So there's actually like is in a museum. It's like a CD, like it's big. Like I can't show it obviously on radio, but it's like this big.
It's the size of a large vinyl, right?
Large pizza, yeah.
Extra dinosaur.
But
before we move on, did you guys have any recent video game pickups? Anything to brag about?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's a few I'm eyeballing. I'm very stingy when it comes to games. I've been eyeballing Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is a newer game. I want to get on Switch so I can like kind of go around and play a building game like on the run.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really fun. And then
something to
Pale
play
Knight.
at work.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, can't wait. And then number 2 is Pale Knight, which is a Metroidvania kind of RPG, but it's almost like Dark Souls 2. It's really neat.
so like Hollow Knight.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Not Pale Knight, Hollow Knight. Oh gosh, I just don't know my game titles anymore. Hollow Knight, yes, thank you. Wow. But it looks really cool because it's like a black and white aesthetic with some color like scattered in there.
If you like that, I recommend Dead Cells. Dead Cells is really good.
I've seen that too. Yeah, it looks cool. Oh, there's so many good like Metrovania games coming out nowadays. But yeah, just seeing that like it's a Metrovania with a crazy map and hearing that it's like almost like an anthill and they're all like all the characters and enemies are all like inspired by insects is really intriguing just because they're so creepy already, right? So it's going to really lend to its aesthetic that it's going for. So I'm excited for that. So one day I'll buy it.
I just like the fact that it looks like cell animation.
Yeah, like a little cell shaded.
I always dreamed about actually having a Metroid that was like cell shaded like that.
Yeah.
With complex animations and stuff.
It's going to age so well. Like it already has. Like it's 5 years old or something like that now? I don't know. It's pretty old.
I was going to say it's not a recent pickup, but I'm still working through Witcher 3
Nice.
Slowly. I don't know if you guys played it, but I highly recommend it. I remember when I first got it, I was around the same time I got Dragon Age 2, or Dragon Age Inquisition, should I say. And whenever I was playing Inquisition, I was like, why aren't I playing Witcher 3?
Yeah.
Like, the side quests are, like, as good as the main story. Like, it's crazy. Like, I would jump in and be like, oh, I'm going to uninstall this game. Let's see if there's a reason why I should uninstall it. I played for, like, 3 hours, and I'm like, nope, not uninstalling it. So...
No, that's cool. It's been on my radar too for a while, that game.
I highly recommend it. Like the side
Yeah.
quests are like
It's just
engaging.
it seems long.
It is, but it's good long. It's not like padded like Skyrim
Okay.
or anything.
Oh yeah. Skyrim.
Well, you're still playing that, aren't you?
I was for a bit. Maxed out blacksmithing and now I'm done.
Make dragon armor. That's all I need.
That's right.
You're invincible. Nolan, do you get any?
I picked up the remastered Borderlands over the summer sale on PSN.
How's the pre-sequel? I've never played it.
Oh, the pre-sequel?
Is it better than the second one?
It's about the same, to be honest.
You excited for number 3?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick it up when it on release day.
You're not boycotting it because it's on Epic Game Store?
I don't care about Epic Games.
Are you playing a co-op? It's the only way to play Borderlands, right?
Yeah, I probably will. There's a couple people that were gonna pick it up on PSN.
Sweet.
And yeah, but the one I picked up is Borderlands, just Borderlands on PSN. I was gonna play through it before 3 comes out, I guess.
Yeah.
Comes with all the DLC.
Yeah,
I love the intro song by like Cage the Elephant. I think that's what they're called.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I do remember the intro song. I don't think I've even played that game, but watch other people
It's
play
such
it.
a memorable little moment.
Ain't
like
no rest for the wicked,
Yeah.
and money don't grow on trees.
Amen, yeah.
Also the one No Heaven's Good on the Borderlands trailer, like the E3 trailer for Borderlands 1.
yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, we're going to switch into our music segment, but we wanted to talk about music game soundtracks. In particular, Flash Drive, you had one in particular you wanted to talk about.
Yes, the Forza Horizon 4 soundtrack. Now, I just started playing Forza Horizon with the 4th one because the first 2 were like Xbox exclusives, and I didn't get the 3rd one.
You're mostly a PC gamer, right?
Yeah. Mostly PC gamer. I do have a Switch though, so I'm actually looking forward to Witcher 3 on Switch. That's why I brought it up. Did I have Witcher 3 mobile? But anyways, know the soundtrack. I'm guessing like I've heard parts of the third one. I think all the Forza Horizon soundtracks are pretty good. You know, it's a Microsoft-based game, so they're getting the good guys to choose the music. But there's some like, let's just say this: there's some songs on that I actually had to download and like put in my playlist, like what my like top playlist.
Wow.
So it's good music, good mix of music. They have radio stations, so you're not only listening. You have like a metal station, you have a rap station, you have your electronic station.
Kind of like GTA.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All roads lead to GTA.
Oh man, yeah, I was thinking of music video game soundtracks. You can't not talk about Grand Theft Auto and their video game soundtracks and the radio that they listen to.
Yeah.
They even attempted creating like original music in Vice City with Love Fist, which I enjoyed. Just a little clip that they play on V-Rock.
Speaking of radio, isn't this on the radio?
Yeah, 88.7 CFUR. Thanks for listening in your vehicles, in your homes, on your home. And if you're watching this, listening to this not on the radio, we commend you all the same. Thanks for listening to us ramble about things that we enjoy.
We like you the most.
We do.
So,
like, are you doing anything later, you guys, listening to us?
Come hang out. Come paint. Make a movie. Make some music with Flash Drive.
I was gonna ask about the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack. Do any of the characters sing along to the music in the game at all?
No, I don't believe they do.
Oh, okay,
that
'cause
would be an awesome feature.
I was thinking Saints Row 3, they do that. A few of them do.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
It's scripted sequences, but yeah, they sing along to the music.
See, that makes sense to me that they would do that, but it would be really impressive if they had, like, let's say you're doing the taxi thing in GTA. You pick up a passenger and they start humming the song that you have chosen on the radio. That'd be really neat.
That would be. I wonder, Rockstar, are you listening?
Hey.
Got to develop this into
Gotta
Grand
hire
Theft
us.
Auto 6.
Yeah, get us as part of your creative team.
We're idea men. And then get somebody who's good at developing games to implement it.
Yeah. I'm going to jump in here and talk about one of my favorite video game albums right now. I feel bad because I haven't played the game, but the new Doom, like Doom 2016.
Oh, so it had like a separate soundtrack that you managed to get your hands on?
Oh, yeah. Man, this like album is insane. Like it's like a huge album and has all the ambience and stuff like that, but some of the boss music on there is just wacko. Like it's so good. It's like this really intense, like heavy grindcore kind of industrial electronic, and it's just this incredible blend. Wow.
Yeah, and I was just saying earlier, there's actually like if you actually take the waveforms of the soundtrack files and look at them with an analyzer, you'll see like 666 and pentagram and like demonic imagery, right?
So cool.
That just blows my mind. Like they had to design that on purpose.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's, and how do you even do that? That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. But it still sounds good even with that. So is that just like frequencies that we couldn't hear that would like kind of draw that? Or is that the actual like sounds and
It's
notes?
I think it's a mix. It's modulation, but I'm guessing some of it is inaudible to the human ear, but some of it is. Like I was watching there's actually a YouTube thing where they talk about it, and actually they play the file as it goes, and you see it go over pentagram, you can like hear it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me think about, back in the day when classical music was the music, they wouldn't play like the E note because it was like the devil's note. Like that low bass was regarded as like something that was
I never knew that.
I heard about
affiliated with
that. It
Satan.
was, I don't know which note specific it was, but it was just one that sounds really good.
It was like one of the lower bassier notes. I'm pretty sure it was E.
Cool.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about tritones? The tritone, really dissonant, sounds evil. Supposedly the church said, "Don't use it. It's
Hey,
evil."
That could be it. I don't
It's-
know.
it's-
Maybe it's one and
it's-
the same.
It's like
Oh.
the note
well,
that,
you're just talking about a note, but tritone is like a very dissonant interval.
Like specific kind of sound.
Yeah, it's very dissonant, so it sounds very evil.
Maybe that's it.
And it's
I don't
used
think
a lot
so. I
in
think it's
metal.
just like the regular like rock and roll chords and stuff like stuff that
well,
we
it's used a
listened to.
lot in like metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be it then.
know
But
about
then
just-
it just it just gets kind of thinking, like, maybe if you can like draw pentagrams and shit, maybe there is a little bit of hint or a tinge of the satanic in some of those lower, demonic notes. And
I don't know.
What'd you call it? Tricorn? Trifecta? What?
I think it's called a tritone.
Tritone.
Yeah. Look it up. Yeah. Apparently.
Whoa, wait. I'm just kidding. We won't.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Stop
I gotta
listening.
Google.
Stop driving.
Yeah. If you're going to look it up,
Pull
don't
over.
drive. Pull over.
Oh yeah, I guess we could move on to our next and final segment, our movie.
What about Noel's here, bud?
No, Nolan, you don't like music. Okay, fine. Do you have anything in mind when it comes to video game music
Video game music.
or soundtrack?
I guess my favorite soundtrack is probably like Silent Hill.
Oh.
Very.
Is that all originally composed for Silent Hill?
like whatever is in the game? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played Silent Hill 4. So.
Oh,
It's just that really.
Check out the soundtrack. It is amazing ambient weirdness. Like it's so menacing for a horror game. It's so good.
Okay.
I was working with John Tubes.
Mhm.
I'm sure he'll be on the show eventually, so you
For
people
sure.
out there listening, you'll get to meet him. Yeah, we were doing a horror film, and we had that playing on like kind of loop was their soundtrack, just to kind of keep the atmosphere, that little tone, right? Especially for the actors, really help them stay
Just
into
keep in
it. So,
character, yeah.
yeah, it's very psychological music for sure.
Yeah, lots of cool, just like metallic samples, and it's like just making really cool loops. In the game, it really makes you question whether, like, there's certain sounds that happen when the enemy's in the room, and then you enter the room, and then sometimes the music sounds very similar to like how the enemy's like alert system sounds.
It's all about like keeping the player on their toes and always kind of on edge, right?
Yeah, just like crashing percussion. It sounds like metal. It's just like I don't know. You have to. I love it.
Don't they have a couple songs too that actually have like vocals and stuff, like their intro songs?
The intro song is yeah.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it holds up. It almost sounds like an anime song, but like it's awesome. Borderline like nightcore, it's called, I guess, the genre. So
Is that what it's called?
I always, whenever I hear Nightcore, it's always like the vocals sound like chipmunks on Nightcore.
yeah, they kind of auto tune it a bit much.
The intro doesn't have any vocals.
Oh, maybe it's like a credit song, but there is a song affiliated with Silent Hill that has some vocals on it. It's like a woman singing, and it was like cool. It's a cool song.
Was it for the movie?
I hope not.
Oh.
Speaking about movies,
We got a movie to review. We were talking about reviewing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This just came out as a recording this.
Spoiler-free review, hopefully?
yes,
Yeah.
spoiler free for sure. For
Flash
those
Drive,
listening
you
on
haven't
radio.
seen it, yeah. Devin, you said that you couldn't talk about this movie without spoiling it. What's up, man? You just want to tell everybody all the dirty secrets of the world?
All the dirty.
This is why he likes the Doom 2016 soundtrack.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I can talk about it without spoiling it, but I think it's one of those movies that's going to be easier and a better discussion if you've seen it. But two things I'll say. It's about the Sharon Tate murders, obviously, right?
But not really.
But not really, but kind of. It's that era, that that point in time,
Yeah.
and they do a really good job of capturing, that feeling, that environment, what was going on at the times. The music is huge. Like it really just like it's a time capsule. Like when you sit down and watch that movie, you go back in time.
1960 or 50?
1969.
69, yeah.
I think the movie paints like a very broad brush of 1969 Hollywood. And then there's like another layer of like fantasy.
Yeah.
It's not exactly history, but it has a lot of true stuff in there.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. It's this fantasy, this sort of blurred reality that a lot of people look back on the 60s and be like, oh, it was this wonderful thing. there was this and this, and I think that idea of what people do when they think back to the golden ages, they always convolute and they kind of blur what the truth was. And so it does talk about that a bit.
Rose-tinted glasses.
There you go. Right there.
Quentin Tarantino is good at this. He did it before with Inglourious Bastards when he rewrote World War II. This is just a little less serious, I guess. And it's Hollywood to begin with, so it's expected to be fudged up a little bit. He did such a great job at developing these characters, and we spend a lot of time just kind of hanging out with them and getting to know. I think I really appreciate that.
It almost feels like a 70s movie where you're just like those really long cuts of people just doing their day,
Yeah.
Just driving around the city.
I don't know if you ever seen the Jackal from like the 70s.
It's a jackal. It's a jackal.
Yeah, it's about an assassin that just has his day, and you're literally just watching like a wide shot of a dude walking into a store, buying the stuff he's going to use for his job. Some of the long shots of the stuntman kind of driving home kind of reminded me of that, like really long, unnecessary shots, but it kind of paints a picture of his day in particular.
Talking about like character development in this movie, I think Sharon Tate was portrayed very well, and I like very little like dialogue. I don't think that's a spoiler. We see her a bit on camera, but we don't really see her interact with too many people. And it's impressive that even with that, where it's very little dialogue, she's put on this pedestal. She's made to be very precious. And as an audience member, she's completely innocent. You don't want anything bad to happen to her. And it's amazing that Tarantino was able to do that without much exposition or dialogue. So that's my 2 cents.
I think he was just, it's his fantasy. And it's his, what do you call it? That's why we'd be on a pedestal. It's like, just my dream of who I think Sharon Tate was. Painting a picture of the dreams of being in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Painting a picture of old Hollywood, dealing with their new age and such. Yeah.
Augmented reality. That's what it feels like to me.
Rose-tinted glasses.
I think if you like Tarantino, go see it. If you are a fan of old movies in Hollywood, definitely see this.
Definitely go and see it. And if you don't see it, I don't know, I'm missing out, I guess.
It's Tarantino. How can you go wrong?
This is the GPOddCast, 88.7. Devin, Nolan, Jason, Flash Drive. Thank you so much.